What's up, everybody? In this video, I'm going to go over the 4 reasons why you might regret not buying real estate in Medellin in 2024. Number 4 is you plan on living in Medellin for a long time or visiting over the course of many years. The price to rent ratio in Medellin is about 16, which is very low compared to the rest of the world. In simple terms, that means that it would take about 16 years of rental payments to buy a property. So if you plan on visiting Medellin for the next 10 to 16 years, then it makes economical sense that you would purchase a property. I say 10 years also because you could always sell the property early. So there's an economic advantage to actually purchasing a property here if you're a frequent visitor to Medellin, or you want to live here part-time, or make the move completely. Number 3, you want to cash in on long-term appreciation. The home prices here have increased by 37.9% over the last 5 years. If you know anything about real estate, you know that that appreciation level is pretty good compared to other countries. We're talking about a 7% increase yearly. Furthermore, we understand that the steadily increasing property value here is something that's happening naturally. It's not happening because we have these inflated loans that are being given out to anybody and everybody. If you know anything about Colombian real estate, you understand that more than 90% of the properties that are owned in Colombia are owned by Colombians, and they don't have mortgages. Because as opposed to other countries where loans are accessible to the public, in Colombia, it's kind of not that way. It's pretty hard to get a loan here for a property. You have to put 30% down. It's a 15-year fixed loan, and interest rates can go over 18%. So this steady appreciation is driven by factors that make sense, like population growth, GDP growth, etc. Whether the real estate market is going to continue to grow, my opinion is yes, and I'm going to go over some stats to support that. First and foremost, the population is growing and making more money. According to macrotrends.com, the projected population growth in Medellin indicates a steady increase. In 2024, the population is estimated at 4,137,000, with a 0.85% rise from the previous year. Projections suggest an upward trend, reaching approximately 4,344,000 by 2025. This significant growth aligns with the city's development initiatives and economic expansions. According to FitchRatings.com, Medellin's GDP per capita surpasses the national average. This suggests a fairly strong economic position for the city. Another big indicator of property value going up is the fact that there will be inflation. According to the IMF's forecast, Colombia will experience a 20% inflation rate over the next 5 years. That means that it's 4% every year. With the country's rising inflation means that property value will follow suit. Number 2, you want to cash in on short-term rental income because tourism has boomed in Medellin. The short-term rental income game has skyrocketed the last couple of years in Medellin. Data from analytics platforms like AirDNA, Guestly, and Inside Airbnb show that short-term rentals in Medellin make an average of about $800 per month, and that the average occupancy across the whole city is about 68%. But remember, that's just an average of the entire city. I'll give you my examples. My apartments are here in El Poblado in a neighborhood called Manila, and my occupancy rate is about 85%, and I make about $1,500 per month on each apartment. Granted that I manage them myself with a personal assistant, I do marketing for them avidly, and I'm a 5-star host. That being said, if you want to cash in on the short-term rental game, then you want to look at properties in El Poblado, maybe in parts of Laureles as well. And if you want to live in it part-time and then rent it out part-time, you could hire someone to do it for you and pay them the 10, 15, or 20% agency rate, but your numbers might be a little lower or a little higher. It just depends on the agency, the property, the location, etc. The fact of the matter is that tourism has boomed so much that whether you live in it part-time and rent it out or rent it out full-time, you're going to make some money. And number 1, the Medellin lifestyle, man. The cost of living is low. The weather is amazing, the people are nice, and every day kind of feels like a vacation, especially if you're receiving money from another country with a stronger currency. Medellin can be a paradise. It's easy to fall into a healthy and productive routine. If you work online, you can hire locals that speak English, and your work-life balance is just way better than that if you were living in your own country. This place is going to see a surge of tourism. On top of that, we're going to see tourists that want to live here and invest in Medellin, increasing property value. And if you have the money to buy property right now, but you're just wishy-washy and you're on the fence, you're going to be kicking yourself in the next 5 to 10 years. Now, if you want us to help you find your dream apartment, make sure to fill out the form. The link is in the description and also on the pinned comment. We'll get back to you to see if we're a good fit.